Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. With the new update this week, I've already released one video sharing with you 10 new changes that's been added into the game, but here's 8 more which I didn't include in that video which you might want to know about. If you enjoy, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe and drop a comment of any other changes which you found or spotted in the game which you want to share with everyone. Let's dive straight in. Now the first big change that I wanted to talk about is in relation to caravans and the Skyline Drive little quest that you can do. If you notice in the top right corner of the screen now, it starts off with a 7-minute timer. It's currently down to like 6 minutes on my screen, but it starts off with about 7 minutes, and that basically allows you to complete the event even if your Brahmin gets stuck. So there was a lot of bugs happening where the Brahmin would just stop moving, get stuck in an area, and then all of a sudden you couldn't complete the quest. This is now changed in this new update, allowing you to complete it no matter what. It's also changed so no matter who completes the actual event will get the same number of supplies, so that's a nice little bonus as well. And yeah, a good couple of changes there in relation to the milepost 0. Sadly though, you cannot get the new hires still because they still haven't been added into the game. I'm not sure if that was a new fix or anything like that, but I'm actually trying to play and record at the same time, and the Brahmin just got stuck down this hill, couldn't move, and it just vanished and came back up, whereas a lot of the times in the past it would just like freeze and stay there. So hopefully they've made a few tweaks in that regard as well and made this thing a little bit more reliable where it can kind of fast travel back to the track that it was running on. But I guess we'll have to find out after more caravans that we run. Now the second big change is accessible through any kind of stash box, any workbench, any display, anything like that, and this is going to be called item locking. So if we go to a stash box right now, you can go over to say any item you want, weapons, armor, whatever it may be, and you can go down and see if there's something that you really like. Let's say this chainsaw is something that I really love. As you can see on the bottom, there's a new feature called locking, and what you can do is you can then apply this lock. It puts a little padlock on the screen that you can see down there, and that stops you from being able to sell this item, scrap this item, anything like that. So if we jump over to my main weapons that I'm using today, and I'm really liking the assault rifle right now, so if I lock that one, I can no longer drop it or anything like I say. And yeah, it's a pretty cool little feature, something that we've wanted a while, because how many times have you personally scrapped something that you didn't mean to? But yeah, it's a nice feature that's added in, and as you can see, it's got a little kind of dot in the middle of the padlock there. That's just to show that it's been equipped, but you can do this to as many items as you'd like. So yeah, go give it a go and let me know what you think about that one. Now a kind of daft little change which I want to kind of show off is the pinging and emote button. If you've noticed in this new update, they have swapped them round. So now if you tap your ping button, for me it's down on the D-pad because I'm using an Xbox controller, you press it once, you've got all of your emotes, whereas previously you'd press it once and it would ping. A lot of people kind of said that they didn't really like that, and now you've got to hold the button down and that'll put the ping system back in place. But yeah, I like this change personally because I don't know, it's a lot quicker to do that, to get an emote up rather than having to like hold it down and then do your emotes, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a lot kind of smoother, it's a lot better to play that way in my opinion, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that change. And the fourth change I want to talk about is just a little kind of small one, and this is to do with fish. And I actually personally really like this. I know not everyone's into fishing in the game, but for me, I really like this. I like this kind of feature in games. I've always loved it ever since like Grand Theft Auto 4, I think it was, where it used to tell you like how many people you'd killed, how many times you've been arrested and all that stuff. But apparently now, if you go over to any fish that you've caught and you then inspect it, it'll tell you on here how many that you've caught. But this is only since the update, so if you've caught 1,000 fish, it's not going to tell you. But as you can see on the left hand side where his teeth are pointing, it says caught 10. So pretty cool there in my opinion. I actually kind of like that. So obviously these are the fish I caught yesterday, making the video that I uploaded yesterday about how to catch the axolotl. And as you go on the axolotl, I've caught 1 of them. Going to any other fish, as you can see, we've got the smoky salmon 2. I've caught 2. So it seems pretty accurate and a nice little feature there. Now the next change you may have noticed when you go up to a weapons workbench, when you go and craft any weapon on here, the actual categories on display have changed. So when you go down, you can see now they've all been organised. So you've got the 4 melee categories with blunt, fist weapons, power tools, sharp weapons, and range you've got energy guns, heavy guns, launchers, machine guns, pipe guns, and survival. I still don't get to this day why pipe guns has its own category, but yeah, if someone could explain that to me, please do. Alright, now the next change on the list at number 6 is going to be the changes to damage over time, and we're going to be testing it on this Grafton monster. Basically, damage over time is when you say use fire damage. Using fire damage previously, it would do damage over time, like the burning effect would burn the enemy and cause health to go down, where you would only see it visibly on the health bar. But in this new update, they've made changes so it actually displays the damage. So when they've kind of like reworked the new damage numbers, which you'll see in a moment, basically when it's burning, it'll shoot off the damage that it's doing to the enemy, whereas before it wouldn't tell you. It would just kind of make the health bar go down, like I say. So I'm going to use the flamethrower for the fire effect damage, and then watch the health of the Grafton monster. Alright, so there's the initial damage, 9. See these 9s jumping off it? That is the damage caused by the fire, and that's the damage over time. So if we do it again, just for another example before it wipes me out, 9 again. So there you go, look at that. That's how it's basically working. Another nice little change in this update, which, you know what, it's not an update where they've added in loads of kind of new new kind of content or anything, but they've added in a load of new features and changes which really do make bits of the game better. So it's a good change in that regard, just in time for the new update, which will also be coming in December, hopefully around the time of the new TV season. Alright, now the next change I'm going to be testing out in the Charleston Capitol building is all around manual aiming, because apparently they've made a lot of changes to make this better and improve it. And basically what I mean by manual aiming is literally just aiming like this rather than using VATS, because doing this previously wasn't the best. It was okay to some regard, but some weapons like the Fixer, which I want to test in a moment, were pretty poor at this and then bounce all over the place. So they want to make this more of a thing so you can like run and gun and not rely on VATS as much. So this is how it's going to be now. So I'm using the assault rifle, my new favorite weapon, as you all probably have seen. But this is going to be, doesn't seem too much different, to be fair. I mean, it'd probably be a bit better if I was using a weapon that didn't have the explosive damage, but you know, I do like my explosive weapons. Now the weapon that I've always hated using in this kind of way is the Fixer, because it bounces all over. The assault rifle clearly looks like it still does kind of bounce all over a little bit. So let's see what they've done with the Fixer. Still bouncing all over. I'm not really sure what they've done with this, but apparently they have made manual improvements, manual aiming improvements. So if you can tell, I mean, it is a little bit better. I think it used to bounce a bit more like side to side, whereas now it doesn't. But it still does seem to be like, I mean, my commando build does seem to be pretty powerful all of a sudden now, but it does seem like it's alright. Like it's not the kind of end of the world where it's bouncing all over. No, you know what, actually that does feel a lot more solid. I'm changing my opinion on this. Compared to what it previously used to be, I used to hate using this weapon, and now this is a lot better. Like this used to be such a heavy VATS reliable weapon, whereas now I kind of like this. I mean, I haven't tested it with like holding the trigger down, but we'll find that out in a moment. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. It's pretty bang on. We look straight down there at the door. There's a bit of kick, but you know, guns should have a bit of kick. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually like that change. If you've tested this on any weapons as well, please do let me know down in the comments. Just like if there's any kind of noticeable differences with anything, maybe use a Gatling gun or something like that, let me know. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's any like major changes with any of the weapons. For the ones I use, the commando weapons, it's not too bad. The actual like hip fire as well, like looking at this right now, this is quite good. It's pretty smooth, it's not like all over the place, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, I like this change. Alright, now finally the last one that I kind of want to go and check out. Let me just quickly collect these flowers for the weekly challenge of collecting plants. Just ignore everything I'm doing. This final change at number 8 is going to be actually the VATS changes. So apparently in this update, I don't know what's going on with my health. It's kind of glitching all over the place right now. Yeah, it looks like the health bar is a little bit kind of glitchy. Anyways, back to what we were saying. So VATS is something that's also received some changes where they're reworking it to, like I say, linking with the previous one where they're making manual aiming a bit better. They're also doing stuff with VATS where they're making it kind of the hit chance a bit lower. So this is a weapon which does have very good VATS hit chance, but that's at 60%. And if I switch over to a different weapon, let's go back to the assault rifle. Still at 66, but range should start taking into account a lot more now. So as we move away, as you can see, it's actually going down. Let me just clear off them goals. Alright, manual aiming again. Oh god, here we go. Can't get me now, good punk. Right, okay, let's jump on here. But as you should see, as they move further away, you can see range is now starting to take into effect a lot more. It's a lot more kind of accurate with the numbers that it's dropping. That's because of these changes. So they're pushing it to be a lot more realistic in a sense. Because before, like with a good solid build, you could pretty much hit every VAT shot like near enough. Like it was pretty overpowered to say the least. But this is now a lot more accurate in that regard. So 67, as I'm stepping back, it's going down and going down. So, oh Jesus Christ. Nearly got killed there. I'm probably going to die here, but you know, never mind. But yeah, let me know what them changes are like for you. I personally like the fact that they're kind of, oh god, they're mixing up life and making it, you know, a little bit harder because, you know, I have been in a place before where you just run around VATsing literally everything. And I've had people commenting on my videos going, you literally just like VATs, where's the fun in that? So yeah, I like these changes personally. Lots of good ones on this update. Let me know your favourite down in the comments below, and we'll be leaving this video here for today. So thank you all for watching. Stay tuned on the channel. I've got some more videos on the way. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.